Whenever you order a Mai Tai, what do you get? Depending on where you are, you may get a pretty well-balanced cocktail, but a lot of times you get this drink that has a bunch of random rums, a bunch of juices, and sometimes the bartender just drops in an umbrella and calls it a day. The lack of love and care is just a punch in the gut. Whenever somebody orders a Mai Tai from me, I try to make it as best and as accurate as I can to the classic. But that doesn't stop people from giving me a look and say, "Where's the pineapple juice?" And it's a bit frustrating, to be honest, until I take you on a journey to 1944 with Trader Vic's Mai Tai. What is up, everybody? I'm Gabriel Morales, and on this channel we drink and create memories together. If you haven't already, please consider to subscribe and hit the bell icon. That is a great way to help the channel. There's a lot of history on the Mai Tai, and most of the information that I will share with you today comes from a book called Smugglers Cove, Exotic Cocktails, Rum, and the Cult of Tiki by Martin and Rebecca Kate. If you're into rum, which everybody should, or if you're into cocktails and want to learn more about rum and the history of tiki, this is an awesome read. Highly recommend. There's going to be a link below. In 1944, Trader Vic created the Mai Tai, which means the best in Tahitian, but we'll get into that in a moment. Trader Vic was working behind the bar and serving drinks to two of his friends from Tahiti. It was said in the Smugglers Cove book and in some of Trader Vic's writing that he took a bottle of Jamaican rum. It was a bottle of J. Ray and Nephew's 17-year-old rum. Trader Vic describes this rum as golden in color, medium body, but with a rich, pungent flavor that Jamaican rums are well known for. He used this rum with orange curacao, rich simple syrup, orgeat, which is an almond syrup, and the juice of one lime. When Vic's Tahitian friend took a sip of this drink, she exclaimed, "Mai Tai Roe," which translates to "out of this world, the best." And that's how a legendary cocktail was born. A couple things before we make this drink. That 17-year-old J. Ray and Nephew was quickly out of stock, and it forced Trader Vic to change his recipe not once, but twice. So he ended up with a recipe that calls for 1 ounce of Jamaican rums and 1 ounce of aged Martinique. Now remember, I'm sticking to this 1944 recipe, and I'm gonna make it as best as I can with the ingredients that I have readily available. But if you do like a fruitier version of this drink, there's a 1971 recipe from the Surf Bar at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel in Waikiki Beach. Actually, Trader Vic introduced his original Mai Tai recipe at this establishment in 1953, but it somehow evolved, or in Martin Kate's words, devolved into a drink that has lime, lemon, orange, and pineapple juice. But if you would like me to make it or give it a try, let me know in the comments below. Alright, that's enough talk. Let's make this drink. Well, let's get behind the stick then. Alright, I'm gonna build a drink in a shaker. But before we do that, we need the juice of 1 lime. When you juice the lime, make sure you don't throw away both halves. We're gonna use one later. Now that we got that ready, let's build the drink. Grab your shaker and pour 1 ounce or 30 ml of lime juice. Then grab your rich simple syrup, which is a sugar syrup made with 2 parts sugar and 1 part water. I'm using 2-to-1 cane syrup. In my opinion, cane will add a little bit more body and roundness. It also pairs very well with the rums we're gonna use. But if you only got simple syrup, use that instead. 1/4 ounce or 7.5 ml. The next ingredient is orgeat, which is an almond syrup. I made my own, and you can too. The recipe for the syrup is in the description down below. But if you don't want to make it, You can always use store-bought. Next up, the booze. First, add half an ounce or 15 mils of dry curacao. Now for the first rum, I'm using half an ounce or 15 mils of white overproof Jamaican rum. This one is Rum Bar, produced at Worthy Park Estate. It's 63% alcohol per volume. My idea here is to add a bit more proof to the cocktail. The J. Ray and Nephew 17-year-old rum that was originally used in this drink was a rum that was an insane 77.2% ABV. For the second rum, we're using an Agricole. Agricole is a style of rum that is made with sugarcane juice. Originally, this recipe called for aged Agricole rum, but I only have white at the moment. Pour half an ounce or 15 mils. Last, but certainly not least, 1 ounce or 30 mils of Hamilton Pot Still Black. I use this rum a lot in tiki and or tropical drinks. Has a great body, a great dark color, and it also has that rich pungent flavor that is common in Jamaican rums. Now I know we use 3 rums, but generally as long as you use 2 ounces of rums, you should be fine. Now we're ready to add ice. 2 to 3 cubes is fine. And give that a good whip shake. We're gonna serve this in a chilled rocks glass with crushed ice, so you don't want to over dilute the drink. While I have you here, make sure to follow me on all socials at Liquid Memoir. Once done shaking, add crushed ice to your chilled double rocks glass and strain your cocktail. If you need to add more ice after straining your cocktail, go ahead, but this is enough for me. Now we're gonna bring that lime we saved. Place it upside down like so, or downside up. You get the point. And next to it, add a nice sprig of mint. The story behind the garnish is that the lime represents an island, and the mint represents the palm tree. Now my friend Vino from 60 Second Cocktails says I'm extra. And yeah, I am a bit. So I'm gonna go a little extra by adding an orchid to the drink. Yeah, I know, it wasn't in the classic, but it's absolutely beautiful. And that's the Mai Tai. Cheers. All right. There's nothing like a great, balanced, delicious Mai Tai. This is phenomenal. I love that you get the mint in the nose, the orgeat, the cane syrup, the orange, all the different rums. They're all playing together so freaking well. This is just so delicious. You get the complexity from the rums, but also it's not overly strong. It has definitely a slight kick to it, but I think this is just beautifully balanced. It's also a beautiful drink. Really love this drink, and when it's beautifully made, there's just something to say about a well-made Mai Tai. Think about all the drinks that were made, for the most part, were super simple, using super simple ingredients. If you're gonna serve this to someone, make sure you serve it with a straw. I didn't while I was building. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, share with friends. Let me know what you guys think of this whole new set, and I'll catch you guys on later on the next one. Cheers. At the